We are in the northern limit of baldchin groper territory, trying to find out what is happening in the northern limit of the population. So baldchin groper is an endemic species found only in Western Australia, and it goes all the way to Coral Bay where we are right now, and we are trying to find out if there's a limit to the population of baldchin groper in this northern side and what's going on with it.
Interesting.
So far we have found so many adults, especially in areas that are very exposed, like at the bluff. We were there and there was like heaps of waves, and just after the wave heaps of baldchin groper, but all big ones, and we haven't found any babies, which we're getting down in the south. So it's a bit of a mystery, and our speculation is that perhaps the adults here are seeding the populations in the south, and the juveniles are the larvae are being sent with the Lewin current and settling in the south, but we don't know. So we're trying to solve that mystery right here, right now.
And how do we solve the mystery?
Part of what we're doing is catching fish, so we're doing two different things. We're catching fish, and for that I have recruited two awesome volunteers, Sam and Troy, who can kill everything in sight. And once we have the kill, we go for 4 bits of information. So we take a fin clip that tells us about the genetics of the animal. We take an ear bone inside the otic cavity of the fish that tells us how old the fish is, with these rings that are like rings on a tree and can tell us how many years the fish has been in the water for. We look at their gut contents and we look at their gonads for reproduction. So with that set of information, we can look at the demography of populations and compare them in the range limits and in the range center, and have a look at how these populations are regulated and maintained. And the other thing that we're doing is running transects, so we count the abundance of fish in certain habitats, and what we're trying to look for is what habitats recruitment happens. So basically where little juveniles are found, also in the extremes of their ranges and in the middle of the range.
And what kind of habitats have we found the juveniles to be in so far?
None here in the north. So in the same habitats that we're finding juveniles in the south, which they froth on, this is my WA slang learning, they really like the rubbly, weedy areas, and we found some really cool exact spots at Pelican Point and at Ningaloo Bay, and we found no baldy babies. On Pelican Point we found bigger baldies in these spots, but we found no juvies.
What about our Ningaloo Bay transects?
Ningaloo Bay transects were 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So there were no tuskies, no baldies, no other tuskies in these same habitats. But then at Pelican Point, where we went, we're not sure if it's because it's a reserve or if it's because tuskies love it there, but we found shitloads of baldchin groper and lots of other tusk fishes as well. So we saw Choerodon, and every transect that I ran had at least one tusky in it, whereas Ningaloo Bay had none.
Interesting.
Yeah, good pattern.
So what are we up to for the next week?
We are trying to finish nailing down the story, so we're heading up to Exmouth, and we are going to look at the distribution of other tuskies, because where baldchin groper starts, other tuskies start their distribution, which are more tropical species. So we're looking at where baldies end and other species of tuskies, which are probably their competitors, fit in. So we're gathering more data and hopefully having the rest of the trip finish as a success as it has been up to now.
Great. Look forward
Baldy
to it.
rules. Ask me why I love baldchin groper.
Miss Curie. Yo tengo un tiburón en sus pantalones.
No, yo no tengo un tiburón en mis pantalones.
Why do you love baldchin groper, Choerodon rubescens so
I love
much?
baldchin groper, Choerodon rubescens so much because 1, they taste yum. 2, they can fly because they swim in the reef with their pectoral fins. 3, they are really cool to watch when they swim and try to feed, and they use also their pectoral fin to dig in the sand and find the shells that they eat. And 4, because they are really cool.
What about also because they're a subtropical species trying to make it in a temperate
Oh,
environment?
true. I forgot this story. I love them because they are a tropical species that try to migrate to the subtropicals and make it into a subtropical environment. And I am a tropical girl from Colombia trying to make it in subtropical Western Australia. And as you see, I've got a beanie. It helps me.
It's fucking cold.
It's fucking cold. And it's freaking hard to migrate from the tropics to the subtropics. So Baldy is my hero.
Yep, good stuff.